Hey, it's Claire, and today I'm going to spend some time talking about God's continuous presence in our life. I was reading a book by a priest who served in the Appalachian Mountains during the 1980s, and for those of you who don't know where the Appalachians are, they're in Kentucky, and they're an area of extreme poverty. And in his book, he would tell the stories of the people he worked for and encountered there. Now, in one of these stories, he talked about an old woman who lived on a creek in a large old house all by herself. And one year, the creek was flooded and her house was completely destroyed, like all gone. There was nothing left. The creek rose up, washed out the foundations, house is gone. And so her children came up from the nearby city to convince her, like, come on, Mom, you can come live with us. Because, her house was gone. Her husband had died some years before. There weren't even any other people living anywhere near her. In all appearances, and to her children, she had absolutely nothing left. However, she steadfastly refused to leave. And the priest who was telling this story wrote that her children eventually asked her why she refused to leave. Like, Mom, you don't have a house. You don't have anyone up here. Why on earth would you stay? And she, in response, said, why would I leave? God's still here. Wow. It's people like that that make me feel like a bad Christian. Like, if my house got destroyed, I might be a little frustrated at God. Like, why me? Come on, man. Really? But the amazing part about this woman is that she recognizes hardships as a part of life, and God is a, constant companion getting her through the difficulties. And I'm sure that each and every one of us can think about hardships in our life. Moments when it seems like everyone else is gone, that we have nothing at all, and there really isn't any hope. Maybe it's a bad situation at school. Maybe it's a family illness. Maybe it's a struggle with sin. We all have those black holes in our life, the seeming dead ends. But the thing is we need to remember that no matter what is happening, no matter how alone we may feel, God is still right there. And here's a very literal example of God being around in our struggles. Jesus and the disciples are crossing a sea, and Jesus decides to take a little cat nap, which is all cool, except a huge storm rolls in, and there are waves crashing, and for one, the disciples are really impressed with Jesus' napping skills. But they are also absolutely terrified of the storm around them and the waves crashing, and they're just getting knocked about. And finally, they cry out to him. And he wakes up, and he calms the storm. And he was there the entire time. Perhaps he was only waiting for the disciples to call out to him. But my point here is God is there. He's sitting there with you in your struggles, and we, just as the old woman who wouldn't leave her home because she trusted him, we need to have trust like that. Hey, do you think I'll look holier and get more sympathy if I, keep this rosary in the frame? Or, is that, acting really, pompous? Oh, hey. If you liked what you saw, go and give this video a like, and, dare I say, subscribe to my channel, and thank you for taking the time to watch it this week.